Today I'm going to show you how to make foolproof biscuits like a pro, even if it's your first time or you've been making them wrong your entire life.
Are you ready to make the most beautiful biscuits ever? Well, let me teach you how to do it. Super simple method, you're going to love it.
This recipe is simple enough for beginners to follow, but technique is what makes all the difference, and that's what we're focusing on here today.
We're going to need a few things: self-rising flour, Crisco, instant mashed potatoes or potato flakes, whole milk. We're going to need a little bit of butter and corn oil, and you're going to want a pan spray, an iron skillet, a bench scraper, or a metal spatula could work. We're also going to need a measuring cup, a mixing bowl, and a digital kitchen scale. I'm going to give you the baker's percentages as we go, but then I'll leave the exact measurements I use in this recipe in the description below. The self-rising flour is always 100% of the recipe. Milk is going to be 86%, and you want to pour the milk into the middle of the well. Potato flakes is 3%. Add the potato flakes to the milk and mix them in. Potato flakes are optional and help to increase moisture. Shortening is 30%. With all of our ingredients in the bowl, it's time to start mixing. Remove the scale, and now let's mix the biscuits. The easiest way for me to teach this is to just have you squeeze the shortening in your hand with the milk. Kind of like you're grabbing mud and squeezing it and having the mud squeeze through your fingers. And you're going to do that over and over and over again. And as you squeeze, little bits of flour is going to slowly go into the milk, and you're going to slowly kind of mix it up, and eventually it's going to look like oatmeal, and there's not going to be any more chunks to squeeze. It's just going to all be this oatmeal consistency. As you can see, it's starting to look like oatmeal. So that's what you're looking for. Then we're going to take a single finger and we're just going to drag, scraping your tip of your finger along the edge of the bowl, all the way around, spinning and dragging our finger through the bowl. And we're just going to continue doing that around and around, dragging our finger down the side of the bowl into the middle until all the dough comes to the center of the bowl. As you can see, I'm really taking my time here so you can see what I'm doing. Mixing is the one thing that most people overdo. Remember, you never want to stir biscuit dough because we don't want to form gluten. It's starting to get pretty close here. I'm really exaggerating this mixing method here so that way you can see exactly how the dough looks as it comes together. I could easily mix it much quicker, but I want you to see exactly what it takes. You can see all the doughs off the sides and it's all in the middle now, and the dough is basically 90% mixed. Now we're just going to use our whole hand and we're going to scrape the bottom of the bowl and just turn the dough over. Okay? Just like that. Very gently. And we're just going to do that one more time. And we're just trying to turn the dough over. And we're just trying to hydrate the flour. We don't want to mix, just turn it over. So you get a big shaggy dough, there's no flour bits left. All the dough is together now. Okay? And this is what we're looking for, right? Kind of looks like super shaggy pie dough. You'll want to change your gloves here, as dough likes to stick to dough. So if you have dirty gloves on, the dough's going to want to stick to your hands. Sprinkle about 5 to 10 grams of the self-rising flour onto the board. You want to spread it around so it's even, and then brush off the excess to the side. Dump the dough onto this floured surface, and then we'll want to pull the dough together. Being as gentle as possible, press the dough into a rough rectangle. I want the rectangle to be roughly 5 by 7 inches, and then we'll press it out from there. Once you've got your 5 by 7 rectangle, we're then going to press it out until it's 7 by 9 and about 5/8 of an inch thick. We're then going to do a single buck hold, square up, making sure the edges are all nice and squared up, and then we're going to press it out again. This is where you can use a metal spatula or anything else that's flat to get under the dough. You see here, then I can use that to flip it over. You don't have to have a bench scraper. Bench scraper is ideal though, so that's what I'm going to use from now on, but I just want to show you that yes, you can use a metal spatula. You don't have to have a bench scraper. So here I'm going to add just the smallest amount of flour to the top of the dough, and also I'm going to make sure that the cutting board underneath it is floured as well. We're going to press it out to our 7x9 rectangle again, and then once again do a second book fold. Now from here, we're going to press it one more time, but we're only going to press it to the final dough shape that we're going to cut it. We're looking for approximately 1 inch thick dough at the final. The final rectangle dimensions were about 5.5 by 7.5 and 1 inch thick. Ensure you cut the biscuits that you press straight down and you don't twist. You just wiggle the cutter. Twisting motion causes the biscuit edges to seal and they won't rise as well. Now, everyone wants to put butter on their biscuits before they bake them. Don't do it. It's a trap. For my method, we're going to put milk. That's right. We're going to brush them with the same milk that we made the biscuits with. You could also brush these with buttermilk or heavy cream, but today we're just going to brush them with milk. We're not only going to brush the tops, but we're going to brush the sides as well. And we're going to make sure to really get in there and get everything nice and coated evenly. And then we're just going to pour a little tiny bit of milk in the bottom of the pan as well. And then move the pan around and let that evenly distribute. And that little bit of extra milk in the bottom is going to help add some moisture to the biscuits when they bake. And it's going to help the final product be even moister. One little trick I came up with. The one issue is that when you bake it, the bottoms do tend to stick together where the biscuits would separate if you didn't put the milk. So just be aware of that. That's the only caveat. But to make the most moist and delicious biscuit ever is worth the fight. You're going to bake the biscuits at 475 degrees for 12 minutes, and they will look like this. At this point, turn the broiler on low, put the biscuits back in the oven, and allow the biscuits to get nice and golden brown on top. You don't want to go too far though, because then you'll dry them out.
If you're into soft, tender biscuits, hit the like button so I know to make more content like this.
Now, you will need that butter. You're going to brush it on after you bake the biscuits. But we're going to mix butter and oil equal parts, about a tablespoon of each, and melt that together. The reason why we do a butter and oil mixture is because the oil will actually help the butter soak into the biscuit better and help it keep it moister longer. Brush on extremely well, and then we're going to cover the biscuits with foil and allow them to rest for 5 minutes.
And if you like cooking from scratch and understanding how things work, remember to follow me, Chef John Cooks.
And then we'll pull the foil off, and we're going to brush them one more time with the oil and butter mixture before we serve them. And you can use a fork to gently go around and just lift the biscuits up to make sure they're not stuck to the pan. Now recover the biscuits with the foil, turn them upside down, and now you can place a plate on top of the biscuits, and then flip it right side up, and it's the easiest way to transfer your biscuits to the table. And enjoy. Don't forget, those bottoms might stick together a little bit because of the milk. Can you tell how fluffy and moist and soft these biscuits are? I don't know why everyone wants to make them flaky and tall. Usually they're dry that way. I'd much rather have a moist and fluffy biscuit all day long. Look how soft that is. Next day, still moist and soft. Perfect. Absolute magical recipe. Super easy to do. Anyone can do it, and it should work every time.
If you like this video, hit the like button. Remember to subscribe and follow for more. And remember, always cook with love.